You know, what's kind of funny about being a truth seeker is that you're kind of on a different timeline than everybody else. So when you see the absolute demonry playing out in real time, you knew that that was going to happen sometimes years or months in advance. And it was so sick and disgusting the first time you saw it, but it's almost funny when you see it actually play out. Because you are reassured that you were on the right track to begin with, and that ultimately the light always wins. And even though the serpents are able to slither around in the darkness for a seemingly unjust period of time, eventually the chickens come home to roost. And obviously the most obvious example of this right now is what's going on with Diddler and the associated demons. But what's so interesting is that as a result of all the Diddler stuff, I keep seeing videos about Jay-Z. And per my video earlier where I talked about how Diddy's deceased ex-wife talked about how Jay-Z was getting clapped by Diddy and vice versa. Allegedly. This means the dude that literally calls himself Hova, biblical references, etc., was doing some pretty dark and shady things, right? And this guy is like a pillar of the music industry. A billionaire, you know, organizes who gets to go and play music at the Super Bowl and, you know, sports teams and all types of ways that he's integrated with culture. In a lot of ways, he's like more powerful than even Diddy is. He's just a little bit more tactical, not quite as boisterous about it. But what's interesting about Jay-Z is his connection to none other than Marina Abramovic. And if you don't know who that is, dog, you gotta catch up. But it's crazy because these power-hungry serpent demons, they hide in plain sight, right? So you watch, like, videos of Jay-Z and how he's connected to Marina. You can go online and watch those. But then you realize how this is so connected to all of these other things like the Krane. Because Marina Abramovic is already connected to all these Hollywood types, right? And there's all these videos going super far back with people like Lady Gagoo and anyone imaginable, Will Ferrell. And then you realize that Marina Abramovic was the ambassador to the Krane for rebuilding their schools. Kids in school. You know? And you're just like, yo, wait a second. This like slithering serpent demon type connected to Jay-Z, getting clapped in the brown eye by Diddler, and all these things all connected. And then you start to realize it's all connected, though. And it's funny because all these times, all these years that all of us, the people that have been seeking out this type of information for many, many years, it's like right when you see how bad everything is, they just give you a nugget, and it's just like a nod from the universe. It's like a nod from the, you know, from the simulation, just saying, you know what, you were on the right track. Here's one. Keep going, because this is gonna get wild.